From the Storm Team 3 Weather Lab, here's Daniel's True View forecast.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, some showers out there right now, but things are starting to wind down, and it's looking a little bit better as we go through the rest of the night. Saturday, not too bad. Sunday, though, we're going to spend a lot of time talking about. That's the next round of some of that severe weather. Let's get to the satellite and radar picture. Here's what we've got going on along the Gulf Coast this evening. Warm front pushing its way northwards. That's what sparks some of those showers down there. You can see pretty clearly where that boundary is because you've got a line of showers stretching from about Vermilion, Cameron Parish straight through onwards towards the Florida Panhandle area. This front works its way northwards and is going to have a major impact on tomorrow's forecast. Not in what it's bringing, but in what it's going to be keeping out. It's really going to confine a lot of those showers to areas to our north and to our west as well. And I'll show you exactly where I'm talking about here in just a moment. Here's what Louisiana looks like. We've all been locked in with cloud cover basically throughout the course of the day. A couple exceptions up to the extreme northern parts of Louisiana, which are getting into Arkansas by that point, and then down along the coastline where we're seeing a couple of those showers manifest themselves. Delcom getting ready to see another shower work its way through. A little bit of active rainfall down through there. Nothing that's been too heavy. However, these have been areas that caught a lot of rainfall yesterday. Could probably use a little bit of a drier spell. Just outside of Morris, you've got a shower that's working its way through. That should go right between Jennings and Crowley. Had some wet conditions up along Highway 90 there, and then a few isolated showers that are now out over the Atchafalaya Basin. As I mentioned, we got another round of severe weather on the way for this weekend. Now, this is Saturday's outlook. Most of the weather is going to be confined up over towards Shreveport, getting out over towards Dallas, down into the Waco, Austin area. That's where you're really going to want to pay attention if you're traveling in that direction this weekend. That's where you're going to see some of the worst weather. Now, it does stay to our north and is going to be staying out of the region. We may see an isolated shower or two drop down into northern stretches of Acadiana, but for most of us, we are going to be staying fairly quiet on Saturday while all the storms stay to our north and our west. That is not going to be the case on Sunday. Sunday, all of that weather drops its way in as we get further into the evening. Now, exact timing and exactly where we're going to see the worst of the weather, there's still a couple different factors that need to iron out first. So I would imagine that as we go through the day tomorrow, you're actually going to see this map become a little more detailed. I would imagine that somewhere there's going to be an enhanced risk. Where that sets up, again, is largely going to depend on what our weather looks like tomorrow, and then especially Sunday morning. If we start to get a little bit of clearing, that could spark a few showers early on in the day. That could then have a pretty big impact on the type of weather that we see a little bit later on. And so those are the kind of things we're going to be watching for over the weekend before we can really finalize where we're going to see the worst of the weather. But regardless, be prepared for it, especially on Sunday and if you're traveling northwards on Saturday. Running through Futurecast here tomorrow, we'll deal with some fog early on in the morning, all the way through until about sunrise, and things should look a little bit better. Maybe some patchy sunshine, but it's mostly cloudy skies. You can see what I'm talking about with all the heavy showers out over towards the Waco area. That then works its way towards the north, but it rides up along that frontal boundary. The one that's moving northwards right now, that sits right north of Alexandria. It keeps all those showers out of our area. It's going to be hard for storms to drop southwards. Again, we're right on the border, so it wouldn't take a whole lot of movement to bring some of those thunderstorms into our area, but I think Saturday we're going to be okay. Sunday, we see the clouds fill in again. Now, this is when if we start to see the clouds breaking, that could spark a few showers before this main line arrives, and then that could actually help us with what we get later on in the evening if it starts to use up some of that energy. I think by the time we get to Sunday dinner time, that's when the worst of it is going to be arriving. Showers, heavy thunderstorms, possible severe weather that could include hail, damaging winds going to be in the mix, flooding, rainfall as well. There's going to be some heavy rain in areas that have already caught quite a bit of rain, and we're talking on a magnitude about 2-3 inches worth as we go through the day on Sunday. Here's what the Euro model looks like as we go through the next 5 days. Not quite as much as what they're going to get out over towards the Shreveport area, but certainly still plenty of it down through here. Be on the lookout for minor flooding as we go through the day on Sunday. 66 degrees for your overnight low tonight. In the meantime, 40% chance of rain early. That is winding down for the evening. Fog going to be developing late, especially where you did see some of those showers today, bringing a little bit more moisture. 82 for your high tomorrow. A quick look over the next 5 days. Things look better Monday onwards. We've just got to get through Sunday first. Next week doesn't look too bad at all. Warm in the afternoons, cooler in the evenings. Little muggy out, but not too bad. Again, Sunday is when we're going to see the worst of it. Just pay attention to the forecast this week.
All right. Thanks, Daniel.